you know what I have belief in?
What's that?
The justice system. Because
Oh.
it exonerated Homelander for doing nothing wrong.
Thank God that our justice system is better in the real world. And we won't see the US have a president who's got a criminal record.
To be fair, at least Trump got found guilty.
True, that's what I mean.
So to start off, before we actually get into talking about the show, I just want to say, earlier this week, Eric Kripke, and we'll talk about the big thing he said during the news segment, but he said, I don't care if you want to call the show woke, we're not going to be afraid and we're not going to pull our punches, we're going to tell the story we're trying to tell here.
Which we love.
So what the creator of your favourite show, if you're a right-wing douchebag, has said, if you want to claim it's woke, you're being a baby back bitch.
Yep. Also, if you're going to start crying about you're poking fun at us, again, tough shit.
Yeah. So, The Boys is back.
Yes,
the Boys are
4.
back in town. I'm enjoying it so far. We're 2 episodes in. The story's just getting going. Yeah. We've already got some very interesting threads.
We have, yes. And we've already had a couple of shock moments, I feel.
Yes. We've got Homelander having a midlife crisis.
Yep.
Which is glorious.
Yeah, I love it.
He's spent 3 seasons trying to bully people into not questioning him.
Yep.
And now, within 2 episodes, he's already had to go out and get the smartest person in the world who can't hold their tongue because he's sick of yes men.
Yeah. Meanwhile, also,
a rooster's coming home.
He's like lived this life of like a perfect, pristine image, and now his body is aging, and he's like dealing with all that. Mm-hmm. His son is having a bit of a mental crisis on if he's good or bad.
I'm really happy that Ryan isn't drinking the Kool-Aid.
Same, but I think it could still change.
Yeah, I'm actually scared for him. Because if he was just agreeing with Homelander, I hope he would be safe. I'm worried
he's not.
About what's going to happen because he's not.
I'm also I'm glad that he's not drinking the Kool-Aid, but now I worry for his safety because I'm like, if he suddenly goes, no, you're wrong for that, might be the thing that pushes Homelander over the edge to just go, right, screw you all, you're all inferior, including my son, and just start murdering people.
Exactly.
Like, more so than he already does. Yeah. I think the fact as well that Homelander pushed him to do more than he was going to do with that save and accidentally killing the stunt guy, I think that might be the catalyst that starts to drive a wedge.
Absolutely. We've got the very interesting arc. Do you know what the entire arc of this season is?
Go on.
Your past coming back to haunt you.
Yeah.
In the sense of Homelander, it's realizing that his past is his past and he's getting old.
Yeah, and he's tried to build the image and it's all actually not what he wants.
Butcher realizing that he's only got so much time left to live. You've got Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character. Is it Jeffrey Dean Morgan? I think that's right.
Which one?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Oh my god, I was fucking right. The guy from The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah. Rocking up.
That's clearly a character from his past that's going to cause a problem. He is making peace with his past because he knows he doesn't have long.
Yep.
You've got Huey dealing with his past in the sense of his mother coming back home after all these years.
Yeah, and neglecting his dad because he's so tied up in everything.
You've got Annie trying to deal with the past of leaving Starlight behind and how can I be Starlight without giving Vought what they want.
Yep.
You've got who else we got? We've got Kimiko trying to get over her past traumas of being illegally trafficked and being a child fighter and all of that.
Yeah.
When she was in that therapy session, she's like, "Oh, psychological mutism sometimes a sign of trauma." I was laying down on the sofa. I literally laughed. I was like, "There might not be anyone more traumatized than Kimiko."
Yeah.
Before that point in the series, she'd already been murdered like twice or whatever it was, and had her entire arm ripped off.
Yeah.
Like, she is the most traumatized. If anyone owns the copyright to trauma, it is her.
If anyone's allowed to be a mute, it's her.
Honestly. You've got Frenchie dealing with the trauma of his past life and the fact that it might stop
Suddenly
him
getting
being with the one
complicated.
person he likes.
Yeah.
That was
Accidentally falling
a
in love.
crazy
Yeah,
reveal.
I was like, I was thinking it was something like he was worried about everyone he's like been connected to ends up in danger or killed. And I was like,
Yeah.
I thought it was him worrying about that happening again. Not the fact that this
He
guy
murdered the
that's
man's
falling
family.
for him and he's kind of ended up having a bit of feelings for is also the son of the family killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild turn of events.
Crazy. But my favourite bit of the story
Okay.
is your man who was looking after Mother Milk's daughter.
Oh.
And became a
Todd.
massive became a massive home tard. Getting killed for it by Homelander. And the beauty of it is, people who live and die by Trump will not realise that that is Eric Kripke going, he will kill you before the people you hate kill you.
Oh yeah, Trump would kill you and use you and not
Absolutely.
care.
Whereas the left, like the people
Yeah.
who dislike Trump, wouldn't kill you.
Yeah.
And people will not realise that that's the point that the show is making there. That it is the person you think is the best of all time will kill you before the people you hate will.
Yeah,
It's crazy. It was brutal.
Oh yeah. Like you said, there's so many storylines if everyone's past is coming to catch up to them. The only one I'm slightly different thinking, I don't think the guy from Butcher's past is going to be an issue. I think he's going to give Butcher a more problematic option going forward, where Butcher's going to start crossing some lines that he was trying not to cross, but now he's like, well, fuck it. And he has a platform to do it. I think that might be the issue there.
Quite possibly. I think the other thing that I'm loving, I think, is a hilarious decision, is Noir's replacement not being able to shut the fuck up.
Yes. Also, do we think that is
No, it's not Sam.
I didn't think so. I was like, as soon as he spoke, Sam. I was like, that's not Sam's voice. Unless they're trying to make it sound different because it's for a mask. But I was like, who? I was trying to work out if we know who this is.
I don't think we do. I think it is another generic superhero.
Someone generically strong.
Who is also black and has just been thrown under the mask.
I wouldn't even surprise me if they're not black.
No, they are. In the cast list on Amazon Prime, you can see who it is.
Oh, can you? I've never paid attention to that.
Their character name is just listed as Black Noir number 2.
Oh, okay.
But that is, yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea that... I like the idea that they're an actor, like a strong soup, but they were an actor and they've literally been hired as you just need to play Noir, and now they're realizing, hang on, why am I'm getting in a bit too deep here.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? With Gen V, we found out how like their university system works.
Yeah.
And when you go to university, you become a crime fighter or you become a performer.
Yeah.
And this person clearly went to Godolkin as a performer and then got hired to pretend to be Noir.
It'd be a wild twist if it's someone we've seen in Gen V.
Oh, just like a background character.
Yeah, it's cool. Someone that was in one of the other classes that maybe we saw at like a party or in one of the scenes, and it's like, oh, now they got called in to be.
Yeah. But very, very interesting for sure. I'm loving where it is. Obviously, we're only through 2 episodes here. We'll be covering episode 3 next week. But phenomenal start.
I'm liking the storyline of this idea that the world's smartest person girl is like teaching him how to build this like fascist state that he wants.
But she's also manipulating him.
Well, yeah, because he's an idiot, even though he thinks he's smart.
But this is exactly what I said, because Jenna's not really watched The Boys, so I was watching it, and I was like, they're trailing her around this convention center. She definitely knows they're there. The boys are not smart enough for her to not have spotted them and realised what's happening. She has already proven just in this episode that she is 9 steps ahead of where you think she is. Even as a viewer and like rule number 1 is always make your viewer feel intelligent.
Mm.
And that's what the show does really well. So on a number of occasions, people are like, oh, she's further ahead in the plan than I would expect her to be.
Mm-hmm.
The second I clock that, they turn up at that convention center. I'm like, you're there because she wants you to be. And lo and behold, she literally made sure they got there so that she could test firecracker into killing them.
Yeah. It's wild though, like the whole like planting the bodies, saw that coming. As soon as he was like kill them, I was like, oh, they're about to plant these bodies to make it seem like to trick his supporters into thinking that the good side, the actual good side, has done the bad thing.
Yeah.
Which I was like, this is a bit too realistic.
Yeah, no.
Too realistic of a believable thing to happen.
You sit there and you're like, it's completely believable and it does make complete sense. These guys want to believe they're fighting the good fight and they have the moral superiority, but they don't. So how do you cement that? You kill some of them and blame the actual good guys.
Yep. Also, the fact that the CIA are trying to kill the next presidential candidate is such a CIA thing to do.
No, the vice president-elect, thank you.
Sorry. But it is the CIA.
Yeah. It's so funny that the president-elect is orchestrating the murder of his vice president. Fucking hilarious.
It's just CIA things.
I was really curious why, like, the Secret Service let them through there. I'm like, have they planted these people? And then President Singer walks in, and I'm like, oh my god. So he's realised what the fucking problem is, but he can't just separate from her because she'll blow his head off.
Yeah, it's like, I realised this guards must have been something to do with, is it Gracie, the CIA lady?
Yeah, Grace. Yeah.
Grace. I was like, I knew it was going to be something to do with them because we knew that they were sort of working under her. But yeah, I wasn't expecting it to that level of who's actually...
You didn't realise Singer was going to be involved.
No.
Also, the notion that they had to tell them two Secret Service guys' family... Not that they got ripped to shreds by a superpowered daughter, but rather, they did too many bumps of coke laced with fentanyl and they just fucking died. Is crazy.
Yeah. Also, so we know Butcher's on the clock.
Do you mean like until he expires?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
As in like he's on a clock now of like how long he's got left. And we know it's like some black mass. Which we take that as a tumor, or is that's what I took it?
It's brain cancer. Yeah.
Why was there a worm wiggling around under his skin?
It's a really good question, isn't it?
And I don't think. I think there's some other shit gonna go wrong with him.
So, what I would say is, technically, it can still be cancer without being. Something is designated as cancerous when it's mutated.
True.
So, like, it can be a cancer, but it might be, like, not what we think of as a cancer.
True. It could not be like it could be just something that's...
They could look at that and go, oh, you've had a massive mutation, it's cancer, cool. They might not then go, oh, because it was from that fucking Temp V bullshit, you've also got this weird brain worm that's eating you, yeah.
True. I just thought it was very interesting that they were so like they really showed that, and I was like, It also made me very uncomfortable as it started going towards his eye because I thought we were about to see like
every time. Yeah, and it's not like they'd shy away from that. They literally showed a man who can duplicate himself, rimming himself off.
The text to Head Popper, and she was like, and it was like, "This is your files," and she opens it, and it was just his ass. Just made me laugh. I was like, of course. And then the human centipede of clones was that was not quite what I was expecting.
I don't understand why he did so many clones. Because he's just doing it for his own benefit.
I presume they're all connected, and the more there is, the more intense the feeling is.
Oh no! See, I would buy that theory if not for the fact he wasn't wincing when his clones were getting shot in the fucking head.
True. That's true. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe because they're all... it's a clone of him, so they all want to feel that pleasure.
Oh, okay. No, I get
So
that.
they all want to experience it. So there's like that's why they're all like, no, I want to like keep duplicating because we all want to feel. It was
Have
a
I
very
con-
wild sight
Yeah.
to see.
Have I consumed too much superhero media? When the second he started duplicating again after I killed the first few, I was like, you just got to kill the Prime. Fuck
That-
the other ones, kill the Prime.
Well, or my attitude was like, I didn't necessarily think killing the Prime would stop all of them. I was just like, you just need to be quicker at killing them all. Like,
Yeah,
you
no.
keep leaving one in the corner and he duplicates again. Why
Yeah,
are
no.
you stopping and not just killing the last one?
When I realized he was hiding in the corner and that was the one they were all splitting for, I was like, cool, he's the Prime one, kill him, the rest of them will die. Just kill him. Why kill 15 people when you can kill one?
Do you know what that's funny? It's like, this is slight tangent, but in D&D, necromancers often have raised things and you end up spending so much time fighting all the things, you just got to kill the guy that actually started them and they all drop dead.
It's always the way. You just kill the Prime.
The way they all went, no, the Prime!
Well, I was really confused when they were all talking. I was like, oh, maybe they don't all die from the Prime. That's
realized it was a
interesting.
delayed thing.
And then they were like, no, the Prime. I was like, oh, no, they're all going to die.
Yeah, it's like because you've also got to remember, he didn't die instantly. So technically with that crowbar through the head, he was bleeding out. So there'll be a few seconds before he technically died.
Full brain dead, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was brutal. They did not need to have man's cock hanging out for the entire fight.
Yeah, that's so.
It's the boys. It's what we've come to expect from the boys. Yeah.
Here's the thing, that didn't shock me. I'm like, this is the boys. The thing that shocked me the most was the human centipede thing, just for the pure like shock factor of wasn't expecting that, and then I'm like, of course. But then it was. Do you know what got me more? Was the constant close up of the guy's mouth, and it having like. Some I was like, why do we have to keep going back to this guy?
Yeah. It was not.
I thought the pink eye was funny though as well.
Very funny. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Sage and Firecracker officially joining the Seven.
Yeah.
Which we know happens from the trailer.
Yeah.
The internet is going to be unbearable about Firecracker because when they saw her in the trailer, they're like, I'd let her call me slurs, which is an outrageous thing to say even for Twitter likes. Jeez. Yeah, no, there were some people on Twitter going, she can call me slurs.
Oh, no.
Which, I mean, is funny, but it's also kind of the point, isn't it? Like, literally earlier this week, we saw a woman get fired from her job for going on a racist rant, but because she's pretty and she's just doubled down on it, she's already an incredibly successful right-wing influencer. So, there's that. But so far, so good. I'm excited for the rest of it.
Yeah. I also thought it was interesting that A-Train, once again, sort of showing a good side, which he's done sort of before.
Do you know what it is? It's a graph like this. It is on the up, but it's not a straight line. He's got really good, then got bad, then got good. Because he started getting good, but then Homelander caught him. So he was like, no, I got to fall in line. I don't want to die.
Yeah.
And now he's like getting sick of the shit again. And he's like, no, maybe I do want to help.
Yeah, it's that thing. I'm like, at what point is he going to get something that benefits him? So then he turns again.
Exactly.
Also, the Deep standing up for himself. I thought that was...
But it's really interesting because if you remember, that's what it was like in season 1.
Yeah.
This kind of entire... It's like going through all of that, like getting kicked off the 7 and everything because what Starlight did, or for Starlight correctly calling him out. I shouldn't say for what Starlight did. It's not her fault. He was the piece of shit. Yeah. And like becoming like a very meek person to then Sage just going, you're better than her. You shouldn't take that.
Clearly doing on purpose.
Absolutely manipulation.
She's got some plan in there for...
Yes. This is the thing. Homelander thinks because he's scary, he can control her. He forgets that she's so smart. She can give him a plan that he thinks is perfect for him.
Yeah.
While actually being better for her.
Yeah. For sure.
And also, when he's not going to follow that plan, i.e. interrupting Ryan's first save...
Yeah.
She can just go, well, you didn't follow the plan. You broke the plan. That's why the plan's not working. Even better.
Also,
and she'll probably know that he was going to interrupt that.
Yeah,
Based on what
probably.
we've seen from her, she probably knew, oh, if I tell him he can't be part of it and then have Black Noir and the Deep be part of it, he will just turn up and ruin it.
Yeah. Also, let's not forget Gen V people are in the basement. We haven't seen them yet.
No, we have not. But Godolkin has already been referenced a couple of times.
It has a couple of times.
So it would be definitely very interesting to see where that goes. I did enjoy the Will Ferrell cameo.
Oh yeah, that was really good. Back to making the fucking movie. That director guy's back making a movie again.
Yeah, for A Train's
Coach.
For A Train's true life story film, which is completely different from his true life story.
Yeah.
And of course, because he's a black dude, he has to have been selling drugs before making it.
Yeah.
It's so funny the way this show just does poke fun at the bullshit of the world. I enjoy it.
Yeah.